Hello, everyone, and welcome to American Firearms Network. Thank you guys for watching our show. We hope you like, subscribe, and share. If you like, we appreciate if you subscribe. Today's show is about Hollywood. Paul and I watching these movies, and we came to talking about like some of these gun shootouts and all this stuff. Some are really good, and some are completely ridiculous. And we thought we'd just talk on it for a couple of minutes. And what do we see? We got I think 2 or 3 shows we're going to talk about now, real quick, and we're going to show you the video so you can kind of relate to what we're talking about. I think the first show, what was it,
It
Collateral?
was Collateral with Tom Cruise.
Yes.
One of those two guys approached him. They stole his briefcase from the taxi. Everybody knows that one. And they confront him in the alleyway. And he draws. He gets a bit of distraction, and he draws his firearm very quickly. And one thing I like about the way he drew, he had a jacket on. Kind of a suit.
Yeah.
And I like
in a
that.
briefcase. Maybe in a briefcase. I'm not sure.
No, they had the briefcase.
Okay.
Okay. The clowns, they had the briefcase.
Yeah.
And he backs back his jacket. He draws and he shoots one guy.
Yeah.
Steps off the X.
Yeah.
And then he shoots the other guy, Mozambique. Boom. 2 in the chest, 1 in the head.
So when he steps off the X, he steps away.
Yes.
Right, to get a better shot and try to get a little bit out of harm's way in a different angle.
Yeah.
And then a Mozambique, which is 2 to the chest, 1 to the head. So Tom Cruise got extensive training from the Navy SEALs, all right, to pull that off. And we're going to show you the video. Might not look hard to you guys, but
that's difficult.
Very, very difficult to do. And in my opinion, the most difficult part, of course, besides the shooting, is to make that split-second decision, right?
Yes, yeah.
Look how quickly he draws his gun and shoots these 2 guys. And that's confidence. That's major training, right? Situational awareness, knowing, hey, I'm in a crisis now and I'm reacting. I'm not waiting a second. Done. I trained for this. I know what I'm doing and I'm going to react. Okay?
Todd, now you got to remember, somebody was pointing a gun at him. And if you're in a situation, God forbid, that someone's pointing a gun at you, you better be sure when you're going to pull your gun out. Because remember, he's already got the drop on you. And I like the fact that Tom Cruise was able to distract him. I think he pushed something up, he pushed his hand up and pushed the gun out the guy's way, and he was able to do what he needed to do. But under stress, these kind of techniques are very, very difficult to do. I would suggest, if you want to learn how to do that, you get a qualified instructor that knows how to do that kind of work. Because to do that under stress can be very difficult, and it can also be very dangerous.
Can you do it, right?
Yeah.
Can we do it in that situation? No one knows till it happens. We hope that you're never in that situation. But can you draw that quick and make it a life situation that can affect you for the rest of your life? Are you able to do that? Some people say, yeah. You never know until you're really in that situation, right? How are you going to respond? Anyway, it was a great scene. It was great training. Tom Cruise did a great job on that with that Mozambique. Unbelievable.
I want to say, Todd, before we move on to the next movie, the importance of being able to learn to shoot multiple targets. When we take people on the range, we focus on multiple targets. Anybody can stand in a straight line and shoot, but you have to learn to train in a way where you can shoot multiple targets very, very quickly. And you saw in that movie, he was able to shoot multiple people very, very quickly on target. So these are things that you have to train. You have to do it dry fire first. I wouldn't advise anybody to go out on the range and do something like this live fire until you've dry fire it. So just remember that.
Yep, absolutely. So the next one, I think, was a TV show. Could be a movie. I don't remember the name. I'm sorry. We have this scene that we're going to show you in a minute.
Stupid woman. You would throw away everything.
My husband was everything.
a woman has an argument with this man in an office situation.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a drug deal. I don't remember the exact situation. But she draws one-handed and gets a clean shot right in the head, and the guy goes down.
Yeah.
Not saying that's impossible, right? Not saying, but you got to be really, really good shooter.
Mm.
Someone that has a lot of training to pull that gun out, especially with no red dot on there or anything. To pull that gun out cold and make that headshot. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think so as well. Mostly we train people to shoot center mass, which is a bigger area. So for you to say, well, I'm not going to shoot center mass, I'm going to shoot straight in the head, you better be pretty good at doing that. Or you have to maybe be at a good distance where you'd be able to make that shot without missing. Because remember, in a situation where your life depends on it, you are responsible for every bullet that leaves your gun. Okay? So if it was me, I would rather shoot center mass where it's a bigger area than to try and zoom in and shoot someone in the head.
Right, in an office with a lot of people around.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, doable, maybe a little unlikely, right? She pulled out cold and got that headshot. The guy dropped right down.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people can do it, most can't.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, anyway, next one, the movie The Matrix.
Oh,
so we
yes.
pulled a little clip out of here. And in our opinion, it's ridiculous, right? What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, you're not going to walk up to a security zone and knowing that you have guns on you and expect them to just, okay, go ahead. As soon as he pulled back his coat, they saw all these weapons, and he comes out, pulls out two what were they? What kind of guns?
Machine guns.
Yeah,
Yes. Machine guns where he's both directions like this. And
that's Hollywood right there.
That's Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's not realistic.
That's
we're
not
gonna
realistic.
show you that right now. Not realistic. It's Hollywood, like we say. So some of this stuff, they've gotten better and better with these movies and shows.
Yes.
And realize how unrealistic some of this stuff is.
Yeah.
And I know, like Tom Cruise, they're having a lot of real professionals come on there and train the actors on what's reality, right?
Yes.
So I'm seeing more and more realistic type of shootings and realistic type of scenarios, and less of the Matrix type stuff that you guys are going to see.
Right, exactly. Right.
So we wanted to point this out to you, this to show you like this unreality stuff that's just never going to happen. Not reality. All these weird jumping over this, jumping over that, and shooting 5 people at a time, and with the machine guns and all this other stuff. I'm sure you guys can recognize what's reality and what's not. But Hollywood is getting better, and that's what I've noticed.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
Just be careful, guys, though. Honestly, if you're going to want to experiment, make sure you get a proper instructor that knows what he's doing, because there is a lot of liabilities when you start training that way. It's not just shooting in a straight line. You're going to have to know your firearm, know how to maneuver your firearm, know how to move off the eggs, and be able to take shots accurately and safely. And you need a good instructor for that.
Of course you do. And just because you see what these guys are doing, it's easier said than done. It takes extensive training to be able to shoot accurately. And something that I always say, just because you buy your gun doesn't mean you're hitting the target. Okay? You'll be surprised. I see so many, and you too, with training shooters that bought a gun. They've only been to the range a few times. They can't even hit the target.
No.
All right? This is not good enough to even hit the target with the recoil, not knowing the fundamentals, their grip, their stance, their sight alignment, trigger control. They can't even hit the target. So owning a gun, having a gun, safety is number one. And training is equal, right? Equally as important.
Yes, definitely.
So
what I want you guys to do is to drop us a line, tell us what you think, but most important, train hard, and please, subscribe, and just let us know your feelings. If we can do better, what we're not doing, we don't mind. Bring it on, but just communicate with us. Anyway, take care, look after yourself, and train, train, train.
I love that. What's a show without Paul? Right? Thank you, everyone.